Welcome back to another YouTube video, guys. It's been a hot... Let me just put this way. It's been a hot minute since I've recorded anything. You know, just been busy and stuff. But we got a few big updates on the TiVo and just life in general. So I'll just be talking about that today, and basically what's going on. So, car's been down now for about 4 months, I think. It's been quite a long time. I've lost track. But since the last video, not much has changed. Still got the intercooler up there. I haven't really made any progress on the engine bay, because I've just been so busy and that, just doing whatever. But yeah, car is, for the most part, still the same. That changes today though. I'm going to get back into fixing up this engine bay, welding it. I was going to give it to a shop to paint, but I'm going to give the engine bay a crack at least at painting, just so I can get more experience, you know, and I just feel like it would make me feel better that I did it myself, you know, rather than paying someone. But yeah, going to get back to work on this thing, and my bike as well, got an update for that, so let me just flip this around. So here's the R3. There we go, focus. Still for the most part same thing. Not much has changed in this, but I did end up getting new bar ends and new grips for it. New exhaust as well. I should have done an install video on this, but new SC project exhaust. It looks pretty good and the quality is pretty good. It is from AliExpress, but you know, it does the job, and it has a baffle unlike my last one, so that's pretty good. I do have brand new rear sets coming for this thing. Should be here next week, at the time of filming this video at least. But yeah, because these are actually bent. I don't know if you can tell, but this actually contacts the shifter rod when I go down, and that's pretty unsafe. So I'm just gonna I just got new resets on the way. Should be able to adjust it as well, push it up and back, give it a better position. But took this thing on track a couple weeks ago now, and it performed absolutely great. It was a great experience. Can't wait to do my next one. Improve my riding as well. So that's a little update for the R3. But back to the TiVo, the main thing. Still how she's looking. I am going to weld up that little patch today and weld up some of the other spots up there, and just try and clean up this engine bay a bit. I know it's not changed that much, but you know, that's kind of the main point of this video, what I wanted to talk about. Is that focusing? Almost. There we go. So, back to what I was talking about. The point of this video is to pretty much give you guys an insight into having a project car like this. As you guys see online on Instagram, TikTok, or whatever, you see all these sick cars built by these influencers, and you're like, fuck yeah, I want to do that as well. So, just like me, you get into it. I wasn't originally going to do this soon, but life had other plans and the engine blew up, obviously. But you know, you see these influencers online, and even just like regular people, and you're like, damn, that looks sick. And they build a car that's like K-swap turbo, you know, fully built, sick wheels, sick paint and everything, and they get it done in like a year or like a few months. And you're like, damn, I can do that as well. And this project so far has just been like a reality check, you know. It's not that easy. There is a lot of stuff that you got to do for these things, especially what I want to get up to my standards, you know. I want to make it as good as I can for me, not for anyone else, but to prove to myself that I can do it, you know. And you see online, like, these guys, they just have so much money, which they've worked for, obviously, like, it's no shade to them, but it's just not, how do you say this, it's not what most average people like me and you would go through, you know. This project will take a long time, and I'm not afraid to admit that, you know. I'm only 18 years old, and I'm trying to build something that is fucking sick, but it takes time, you know, and you got to be patient. And the truth is, you need money, and once you get into these type of builds, things can start spiraling very fast if you're not aware. So that's kind of the reality of having a project car, you know. Very quickly, this build has gone from a few $1,000s in mods and maintenance to being a $10,000-$20,000 build, you know. Like the engine that I put in this car, parts for that will just be around 7-9K, just in parts for the engine. That's pretty much what I paid for the car itself when I first got it. You had wheels, ECU, like engine management, paint, other miscellaneous stuff like brakes, whatever, because that's pretty cool. You add that stuff up, and you know, it piles up really quick. So you just got to be aware of what you're doing, you know, and just do what you can do and your limits. If I had the money, this would get done a whole lot faster, you know, but that's just not the reality of it. Maybe in the future, once I start earning more or whatever, or if I somehow get money, you know, it'll speed up the process a lot. But when you get into builds like this, don't get discouraged, because it's not the end. You just gotta be able to want it and keep pushing through. There has been a few times where I've thought, like, is this even worth it, you know? And I look at my friends and they're driving their like sick cars, and you're like, damn, I'm missing out on that. But then you just gotta look at the bigger picture, you know? You hold off, delay your gratification, and in the end, you'll have something sick, and something great will be made. So it's been a reality check for me, and even though the car hasn't moved for like a few months, you know, I can see the pieces starting to come to life, and you know, that's really, really sick. But yeah, don't let builds like this discourage you. Even if you see stuff online, just take it with a grain of salt, you know. Even me, I know it may seem like I've got a lot of money doing all this shit now, but I don't. I'm just being patient and saving up, and that's how real builds are built, you know. None of that corny ass fucking super cheap auto stick on shit. No hate to you if you do that, like, do whatever you want, but that's just not me. That's not what I think car culture is. I'm bringing it back to real builds, building sick shit, you know, being unique, authentic. Even if anyone tells you, why are you doing that? Why are you putting 20k into a Corolla? Because I want to, you know. This is my first car. Most people would sell their first car before anything and get into another build after that, but I love this platform, you know. It's a very underappreciated platform, and I just think that I can make it into something more than what people do. Not that 2ZZ turbo Corollas are a new thing, it's just very uncommon here in Australia, at least. And I think I will be the first one in Western Australia, but if you know any others, then tag them below or whatever. But yeah, exciting news though on this. I forgot to mention, the engine is back from the machine shop, so I'll show you guys that right now. It's just inside.